On Saturday, August 9th, 2014, Middle State Feminists and WeCED Youth Media teamed up to put on Respecticon, an all-day sex ed Battle of the Bands event. Taking place in downtown Merced's Playhouse Merced, Respecticon featured performances from local bands and educational workshops led by local experts. Teens in attendance learned and discussed around issues such as healthy relationships, body image, rape culture, birth control, and more. In a county with one of the highest teen birth and STI rates in the state, Respecticon's aim was to educate local teens on sexual safety, encourage them to respect themselves, and be best prepared to handle relationships in a healthy way.
Respecticon is a good place to learn and to know about, sexual education stuff that they necessarily don't want to teach you in school.
There's been a high teen pregnancy rate in Merced and also a high STD and STI rate, and we really wanted to combat that. We thought that having a positive sex ed event with multiple presenters would be a great way to target that and at least help the youth talk amongst themselves and talk to their friends about it.
Today I presented on healthy relationships. I'm just talking about what healthy relationships look like, unhealthy, where we learned these messages, and also what can we do if maybe, we spot the red flags of our friends being in these relationships.
What's really serious about STIs in Merced is how many of them and how low the ages are. So it's like 15 to 17, there's like 7,000 STIs reported in Merced. I think when it comes to teenagers, talking about sex or healthy relationships, that not really a conversation that's brought up ever, or if it does, it's never brought up in a positive way.
When I was young, no one really talked about being respectful to your partner or so much being body positive or even rape culture. My mom was very adamant about being sex positive. Her brother had AIDS in the 80s. So it was very important for my mom for me to have a positive sex life. It was okay to have sex, but I needed to know that I needed to be having positive sex and safe sex, and that it was okay, but to have those things in mind.
Our culture is in this society where we're normalizing and romanticizing abuse. We're romanticizing, stalkerish behaviors, and we're not promoting what real healthy relationships look like.
I never thought of it as rape culture. I just thought, oh, it's a joke. And so having them use those examples really kind of helped me think about what is really in the media.
You learn about it in school and stuff, but they didn't really go to full detail about it. I'm kind of like a jealous type, a boyfriend. So I'm just oh, maybe I should just cool down. Maybe I shouldn't take all the blame on her.
It's very kind of empowering to see that there is something out there for, say, women and men to all come together and share and see what a healthy relationship should be.
It's actually pretty important to for teenagers to talk about, because they should learn more and be more cautious about it,
They really talk to us about what we really need to know and what is really important. It's hard to ask somebody specific questions. Today they just spilled all the information out. You learned a lot without having to really do the awkward interviews with your mom and dad.
I think it's really great for Merced to have this event because these are topics that, make people uncomfortable, that sometimes these topics aren't easy to talk about. We're learning these messages everywhere, not just from families, but also from friends, from movies, TV, different forms of media. And one thing that's really close to my heart especially is I work in the prevention branch of Valley Crisis Center. So this idea that we can stop abuse from happening, that this is a preventable crime.
It seemed really cool that Merced wanted to do something like this.
Positive sex would definitely be respect and consent. Definitely being happy and being respectful and knowing what you're doing in the relationship and not feeling pressured and knowing that no is an okay word.
There's this thing called an equality wheel, which means healthy relationships are composed of open communication, fairness, mutual respect, sexual safety, as well as, letting the person be their own individual.
Definitely having events like this it just makes kids smarter. It makes them like really think out their decisions when it comes to like relationships and sex wise. So there are probably a lot less STIs if every kid actually went to an event like this, or every kid was taught something like this.
I'm definitely going to talk to my boyfriend. I'm going to talk to him and see like if there's anything that we need to work on as a couple to be more kind of in each other's lives and to help support each other in a good way.
Sex can be very healthy, and sex can be a great thing, but it can also be negative. And when you start feeling it's negative, no is a great word.
The youth that came to the event today that really actually were active, I'm really hoping they take away the stuff about healthy relationships and what it's like. Definitely how to protect yourself when it comes to sex.